Welcome back to the Bad Influence Podcast Fire Off Friday, where we show you how to take control of your life without the bullshit. I'm the bad influence that you need in your life, yours truly, Bjordan Banderas. Listen carefully to what I'm about to share, as it will change your outlook on life. While many people give up at the first sign of struggle, you have the power to push through the pain and race to the finish line. Here's the thing nobody talks about. Success isn't about avoiding hardship. No, it is not. It's about harnessing the raw energy of every setback. Your endurance fuels your journey when the world says, give up. It truly is. This is very important because I still remember the exact moment it hit me like a sledgehammer. Endurance wasn't just another trait. It was the raw, unfiltered fuel that carried me through my darkest battles. It honestly did. And a lot of people don't like to endure. While others folded at the first hint of struggle, I made a visceral, no bullshit decision. I truly did. I was going to keep grinding no matter how many times life slammed me to the ground. And I did. And I have been able to do that for over 10 years, 7 years since my wife got sick. Actually, 8 years now. So it's been a long time since I started grinding like this. Because before this, I was lazy as hell. So ask yourself this right now. What if every setback is simply a stepping stone? Let that question echo until you feel your determination surge. Because most people are wired to seek comfort and quit when it gets tough. How many of you have done that? I used to do this my entire life. I would start something, even video games. And the moment it got tough, I quit. I honestly did. I was like, I'm done. This is too hard. And then I would quit. But real winners understand that every moment of pain is a chance to grow stronger. Deep down, you know that your relentless grind is what sets you apart. So embrace that inner engine and let it drive you forward when the world stops cheering. Because society sells you the myth that success happens overnight for some reason. So if you're not winning immediately, you're failing. That's where a lot of people see success. If you're not winning, like by tomorrow, you're failing. And some people will tell you, you're failing. Even though you just started like an hour ago or 2 days ago or 2 weeks ago, they're going to tell you you're failing. But that mindset is a trap. It is a fucking trap. Because when you expect overnight success, you give in to burnout or fear. So you not only lose momentum, but also your identity as a fighter. Quitting is a habit that turns potential into regret. It's easy to mistake caution for endurance. Real endurance means pushing through when every fiber of your being screams to stop. How many of you have dealt with that? When your mind, your body, every fiber of your being is telling you to stop. I have dealt with that. But I just kept going. How many of you have stopped when that happened? Every time you feel like giving up, remember this. Those who tap out early never taste the victory that comes from relentless persistence. Settling for comfort today guarantees mediocrity tomorrow. And you don't want that. Your struggle is your secret weapon, not a burden to be escaped. No, it is not. You cannot escape that anyway. So might as well use it as your secret weapon. There was a time I was battered, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. I was on the edge, feeling completely ready to quit. I reminded myself that every scar I carried was a reminder of a battle I'd survive. They weren't symbols of defeat, they were medals of honor. I vividly recall a day when the world seemed to crush me. You know this story. My wife got sick and we lost everything. But instead of giving in, which I didn't, and I feel very proud of that, I just want to mention that, I dug deep and chose to fight harder than ever before. Like, ever before. I've never done this. That moment of choosing to endure reshaped my entire future. I realized that every setback was simply a setup for a monumental comeback. Oh, yes, it was. And since that day, I've learned to see each struggle as essential fuel for my journey, each pain point as proof of my unbreakable spirit. Now, endurance isn't about being immune to pain. No, it is not. It's about using every ounce of suffering to build unstoppable momentum. When you endure, you construct an inner fortress of resilience that no external force can breach. And right now, that's what you need to build because of all the distractions that we have on social media, in the news, everywhere. You need to do this because it's the daily decision to show up no matter how exhausted or battered you feel. That choice is your true measure of strength. Every time you push through adversity, you're reprogramming your mind to reject defeat and embrace challenges. That relentless grind is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. It turns obstacles into milestones on your road to greatness. So stop running from pain. Stop doing that because that's not gonna get you to your promised land. That's actually gonna take you further away from your goals, your dreams, and the life you want and the life you deserve. And there's gonna be a point in your life when you're gonna stop running and you're gonna look back and your dreams, the life that you want, is going to look so far away that you're gonna think it's impossible to get back in there. To get to that place where I want to be. And I've been there because I've done this. So accept it, harness it, and let it push you forward. That pain is your friend. Those scars are your medals of honor. Remember that. The more you embrace the struggle, the more you unlock your true potential. A lot of people don't see it this way. And those people are not where they want to be. But you're not those people. You're not those people. Remind yourself of that. You're not them. You're not a quitter. You learn to endure. You're a fucking beast. So reframe your failures as lessons, not losses. Each stumble teaches you a lesson that brings you closer to victory. Use the anger, the frustration, and pain as raw energy. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but this is something that I do. I use my anger, my frustration, and pain as raw energy. Bob Proctor used to say this when he was alive. Emotions are energy in motion. So all you need to do is channel that energy into something productive, something constructive, not destructive. And that's what I've been doing since I learned this concept. When I get mad and I want to snap, instead of snapping at my wife or getting just mad at anything, I work. I put in the work. I'm mad, but I'm using that energy to push me forward. That's how I endure. So let every negative emotion propel you forward rather than holding you back. Your spirit is unbreakable when fueled by relentless endurance. Every obstacle you crush is proof of your unstoppable nature because you are unstoppable. When fear creeps in, Let it remind you of how far you've come. That's one way I do it, and it has served its purpose. It absolutely has. That fear is simply another challenge waiting to be conquered. Make a non-negotiable commitment every day, regardless of setbacks. Show up and push forward. It doesn't matter. You're tired, you're doing it tired. You're sick, you're doing it sick. It doesn't matter how you feel. Show up and push it. Push and push and push until you break through. Because consistency is the bedrock of endurance. Break your big dreams into tiny achievable steps. This is why it's important to do this. And that's why I always talk about this. Because each small win builds momentum and strengthens your resolve. Spend a few minutes each morning visualizing your ultimate goal. See the obstacles, then see yourself crushing them one by one. Take time to reflect on your journey. Yes, take time. A lot of people don't reflect. And then they don't understand what they miss. They don't understand why they make mistakes. They don't understand how they even got to the place they are. I've seen it. I used to do this. And I don't want you to go through that because it's a pain in the ass. So journaling or meditation can help transform past pain into a roadmap for future success, just like it helped me. You just need to see if it works for you. Also, surround yourself with those who push you to keep going. Don't surround yourself with people that say like, yeah, quit, just like I did. Because there's a lot of people like that. Mentors and like-minded warriors reinforce your endurance with their own relentless energy. You're going to have people next to you when you find your tribe that tell you, you better keep fucking going. You better keep going because you have it in you. They're going to be your cheerleading squad. And that's what you need. It could be just one person like your wife or your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, your kids, whatever. Just get those people that cheer you on. And also, start each day by declaring, I am relentless. Get your affirmations ready. I am relentless. I endure. I conquer. Repeat this until it sinks into your subconscious and fuels your actions. You need to rewire your brain, like I always say on my videos. Rewire your brain. That's why we have neuroplasticity. That's the greatness of our brains. We have neuroplasticity. So we can learn new paths. We can learn new things. And we can reframe things as well. Create a checklist of daily tasks that push you closer to your goal. Every tick on that list is a victory over complacency. Divide your day into focused blocks of work. Protect these time slots as sacred, non-negotiable sessions of pure grind. Also, the most important thing that you can do as well, because it is important, find an accountability partner or join a mastermind group that keeps you honest. Because here's the thing. Without being accountable, without having someone to hold you accountable, you may never be able to reach your goals. Because let's be honest, we are humans and we get tired. And some of us are really lazy. The moment we start slacking, it becomes a habit. And sometimes I've seen the habit being formed within days. So you need someone to keep you accountable. I know I did, and I have it. It's my wife. Regular check-ins ensure you stay on course and never lose momentum. This is why you have to have someone that you can check in with. Remember, no win is too small. Celebrate each milestone. It's a testament to your perseverance and a reminder that every struggle is worth it. Right now, right at this moment when you're listening to this, decide that you're done letting setbacks dictate your future. Stop being complacent. If your life is not where you want it to be, obviously something needs to change. And what needs to change, it's you. You need to learn to endure. You need to embrace the grind, push through the pain, and let your relentless endurance propel you to the finish line. Because if you don't learn to endure, you're not going to be able to make it in life, because life requires you to endure. Life itself is not easy. You're going to be hit by setbacks, financial disaster, health issues. A lot of shit can happen. When shit hits the fan, it hits the fan. Believe me, I know. It hits the fan. But if you don't know how to endure, if you don't have that endurance, mental, physical, and emotional endurance, you're going to crumble. Because life and setbacks will crush you. So it's important to learn this concept of endurance if you want to make it in life. Same thing with starting a business. You have to endure so many setbacks. Like, I had to endure so many setbacks with the podcast, but instead of quitting, I kept going. And I finally got to the point where I'm like, damn, I finally feel like I broke out of my shell because I endure. I endure so much throughout my life. And now I'm using all that energy, all those emotions to push me past the finish line. And that's what you need to do. And again, if you're not where you want to be, that's because probably you're not enduring enough. And that's something that you have to start learning, starting today. And that's it for today. Share this episode with someone who's ready to transform their struggle into strength. Your endurance is the fuel that powers your journey. When others step out, you push harder. That's right. When others step out, you push harder. So embrace the struggle, stay the course, and watch as your unstoppable spirit crushes every obstacle in your path. Don't wait. Get out there and own your victory today. And remember this. The choice is yours.